Hey, it's LK, and today we are doing a renovation, or actually more of a redecoration, of the Parkshore lot in Willow Creek. So it's a 40 by 30 lot. It's actually the house that's right next to the goth house, so it's actually really funny because this house is so light and airy and pretty, and then there's the goth house, which is everything opposite to that. Anyway, I didn't want to do a full reno for this, so it really is more of a redecoration. I did not change the floor plan. Not really. I mean, I added a little tiny office in the upstairs, but basically everything else stays the same. It's just really like redecorated. So like some new slab of paint, new furniture. Actually, some of the furniture I really just, I may have just changed the swatch on and like moved it around. Like I wanted to try to keep the same sense to this house, but elevated, in my opinion. Like I always say, like, of course I like it, I built it. So I really like how this turns out, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know down below in the comments if you do like it. Anyway, I tried a bunch of different things here. Like, so you can see I put the TV over the fireplace. I do end up removing that because I end up changing where the original dining room is in this house. I end up changing that and making that the like a family room. So this is more of a living room sitting space. Like, this is where you sit and converse. This is where you have guests over. This is like the fancy room, you know? It's that fancy room that you're not really allowed to sit in unless grandma and grandpa from out of town have come over. That room. So so I'm just picking out some different curtains. I went with a very blue and green color scheme in here, and I think I changed, like I chose like a very plain wall, but very traditional. This house is very classic traditional. It's not my desired taste, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's not how I would choose to decorate my house, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really, really enjoy how this one turns out. And I really like designing spaces in The Sims that are not necessarily how I would do them. I don't know. Is anyone else like that? I just find it fun. I don't always like to do things exactly like how I would like them. And I also, like, I'm such a chameleon. I really like so many different types of design, so I don't know, it's creative, it's fun, it's just really fun to be able to express all these different things, because like I really like the Victorian aspect of this house. I love that. Growing up, I always said I want a Victorian house with all that like gingerbread looking woodwork on the outside where it's all like fruffy. I don't know if fruffy is a word. I don't think it is, but you know what I mean. It's just like really frilly and over the top. I used to love that as a kid. I would not choose that now. Personally, I mean, part of me still loves it, but it's not my ideal taste anymore. And yeah, so I just kind of made this like a big open room. There's a piano. One of the daughters ends up having a keyboard in her room, so I picture like this is like the big girl piano. This is where she can, like, once she gets better, she can start using the big expensive piano. Something to strive towards, you know? It's a really fancy, expensive piano that the parents have had in the family for generations. Anyway, so for the parents, I picture dad is probably a professor. They're a very traditional family. So I picture him being like a professor of some sort. The mother, I picture more of a, probably a stay-at-home mom. If we had an interior designer career in the game, I'd probably say she's into that, because I think this is, she likes to do her home, and this is very much her style. Very classic. Classic traditional, for sure. And, oh, you can see there, I had moved over the dining room. So I moved it into that weird space that, when you first open up that house, it's just an ottoman. It's just an ottoman room. It's very strange. I don't understand. I don't understand. But I don't understand a lot of the choices that the builders that make all these houses for the Sims games. I don't understand a lot of those choices, so. Anyway, the kitchen I kept pretty much the same. I mean, it's not that different. It's small. In hindsight, when I got to the kitchen, I was like, well, darn, I definitely could have made that a lot better, but I was like, you know what, I like how everything else is turning out, so we're just gonna keep the small kitchen. Old houses have small kitchens a lot of the time, so especially like this style of house, like a Victorian house, it would have a tiny kitchen, so we just went with it. And then we're adding the family room here that I said that this was the old dining room. I made it into the family room, which is really fun. It's a little bit more casual in there. Like, you could actually sit on that couch and not get yelled at. Yeah, definitely more relaxed in here. And yeah, Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but there is an office that I added upstairs. But I did add like a little desk down here because I needed something in this corner. And a desk, like, it's one of my go-tos. If there's an empty corner in a house, add a desk. Just add a desk. And like I've also said before, I like to have more than one computer in a house if I can help it, especially if it's a large family. Having more than one computer definitely helps. And yes, so we have moved on to the upstairs. I know that I did this house over the course of 2 days. So the upstairs I did the next day. So we're on a new day. I'm feeling inspired again because the downstairs, like, oh my God. I think it took me like 3 hours, I think, to redecorate this whole house. I didn't even build anything. I think I built like one wall in this whole house, and it still took me 3 hours. I am so slow, guys. I am so slow. I just like to look at every single option. Like, even if I'm not even gonna place it somewhere, I still like to be like, ooh, this is cute. Even though I know I'm not gonna use it. I'm so slow. Anyway, yeah, that's why this video is so sped up, because I had to fit, even when I got rid of all like the dead footage, the footage that didn't make any sense to keep in the build, I still had like 2 hours of footage that I had to try to get down into like under 20 minutes. So originally this was going to be a 20-minute long video, but then I managed to squish it together a little bit more, so then you add on the screenshots and stuff. This is probably going to end up being like 17 minutes, I'm guessing. But right now I've gotten it into 15 minutes of just this video. Oh, I really like this room, how this one turns out. This I picture like a preteen being in. It's so cute. I love this room. It reminds me of the early 2000s. Like, I feel like Lizzie McGuire could live in this room. And I mean, I aspired to be Lizzie McGuire. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how old you guys are. I don't know if you're around my age. I'm a little older. Like, I mean, me saying that I watched Lizzie McGuire definitely dates me a little bit. But, yeah, I love this bedroom. It's so cute. I love the green wallpaper. I've never been a huge fan of that wallpaper, like that flower one, but I don't know. I've been drawn to it a little bit more lately. It's really cute. And yeah, I liked mixing the patterns like on the rug and then on the wallpaper. I know it's a little bit, for some people that might be a bit much, but I think for like a teenage girl's room, I think it kind of makes sense. And then I did little accents of pink too, because I like pink and green together. I think those colors always look really cute together. And then the next room, which we should be getting into in a moment, it's gonna stay that pink color that it originally was. And then I think I added an accent wall of wallpaper, so there's a striped wallpaper behind the bed, and that looks really cute. And yeah, I thought we were going to be skipping over to the next room, but I guess I was a little ahead of myself. Yeah, I'm just adding some finishing touches to this room. It's really cute. I'm thinking this girl's probably like 13 or so. And then this room, the pink room, I'm thinking she's the one that's the musical one. I'm thinking she's probably like 7 or 8 years old. This room is so cute. I also would have loved this room as a kid. Actually, the furniture is very similar to the kind of furniture I had as a kid. It's very similar, like the nightstands, like the white furniture with the pink walls. It reminds me of my room when I was a little girl, but probably when I was about 5 or 6. I don't know. I think about 5 or 6. Yeah, I had furniture very similar to that. So that it's really cute. I guess maybe that's why that's my go-to with little girls' rooms, because that is very similar to what I had. But my dad's a contractor, so I got to switch up the way my room looked quite a lot, because my mom really likes doing like interior decorating, and my dad being a contractor, it was just so simple for me to every couple of years I'd be like, I want my room to be yellow, I want my room to be blue. I got to change my room quite a lot, which was just, you know, not something that everybody else got to do. Like, none of my friends really got that, but so I guess I was lucky. I don't know if it's really that important to slap a paint on a wall. Like, for me, it was great because I'm such a creative person that I like that. That, like, it rejuvenates me. It makes me feel fresh and new, you know? So for me, it was great, but I don't know if everybody needs that. It's definitely not a necessity. You're not missing out if you don't get that. You're not. There's more important things. Anyway, so this room was pink, and then I did, like, purple accents, which is really cute. And we're out of that room. I talked too long about personal stuff. I am so sorry if you don't care about my own personal life. I am so sorry. Anyway, so now we're in the toddler's room, and this is, I picture a little boy. I mean, obviously anybody can be in any of these rooms. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. This is just the family that I had in my head as I made these rooms. So I went with a very stereotypical boys room. So like, throw some like sports balls on the wall and like very blue. But it's very cute. It's cute. I don't know. I wish we had better stuff for the toddlers, honestly. I wish we had much better stuff to decorate toddlers' rooms, because I feel like so many of the rooms just look the same. I tried to do some different stuff. I never used that little, what is that even? Is that like a tree? Is it a little treehouse plaything that I put in the corner with all the primary colors on it? Yeah, I never used that. But I put it in here. It fits. I mean, it's cute. It's cute. I don't know, but it just looks so silly to me. I never had big toys like that. I had I had so many Barbies. I was that girl. I always said that that's kind of how I got into The Sims, because I used to love making Sims. I'm not as into Kaz as I used to be, but I mean, I still love Kaz and I'll still be in there for hours, but building is where it's at for me anyway. But that's, I think, why I got so into The Sims, because it was like Barbies, but more socially acceptable. I don't know, is that weird? Did anybody else have that experience where like you just kind of like moved on? It's like, okay, I can do this now. I'm not like, nobody else is gonna think that I'm weird for being 10 years old and wanting to play with dolls. And I can just play with digital dolls. I don't know. Anyway, you know how kids are. Kids are, you know, you just get, I don't know, you want to fit in. And I don't care anymore, but as a kid, yeah, you want to fit in. It's so important to you, right? But you realize as you get older, it doesn't matter as much. It really doesn't matter. Anyway, so doing the parents' bedroom, I hate that wall where the bed used to be. So where I put the fireplace, the bed used to be there, and there was no place to put like 2 tables. The way that they had it, the night table was like way back. Like imagine trying to put your phone on your night table and then just dropping it on the floor. That's all I can picture. I'm just picturing how many phones that person had to buy. It drove me nuts. So I moved the bed to under the window, which may not be as ideal, but in that room, that was the best spot for it. And this is the office that I decided to make. It's, yeah, there was just like a dead space upstairs. There was nothing really there, so I had to add something, you know? And, oh, weird. I don't know if this is just my, like, the recording program, or if this was, like, just, like, my computer just glitched for a second, but that looked like it just got, like, it just stopped. So I'm sorry if there was, like, a moment there where the video just completely stopped. I'm sorry. Again, I don't know. That honestly could have just been the way that I record this. I'm still new to this. I'm still trying to figure out the best way. So sometimes the video kind of pauses and then confuses me. So if you ever hear me just kind of go silent for a second, it's probably because of that. That, and I'm very awkward. So, so now we're just going back to the outside, and I added the really adorable rocking chairs. Like just picture yourself sitting outside, drinking some sweet tea on your porch, and, just in their rocking chair on a hot summer day. It's so cute. I love it. It's so cute. And yeah, I think we finish up here by adding, I realized I hadn't done a lot to the outside of the house, because I actually kind of like the outside of the house. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I like it. It's a little weird. I will say that. But that's also part of the charm that I like, because I like houses that have character. So it being a little bit strange doesn't totally bother me. So I changed the columns. I didn't keep the blue. I did keep the blue that's on the inside of the windows and on the doors. I kept that. I thought that was okay for a little bit of color. But I did change like the columns and stuff so that they were a white and green. I just thought it looked a little bit better. I don't know. To me, it looked better. And then I know I added a bunch of more landscaping in there because it was just dead space. There was nothing there. It just looked weird. And I know that EA has like a limit to how many items that they can have on each different size lot or whatnot. So yeah, but I don't have those limits. So I decided to just add more landscaping because I think this house needed it. I don't know, it just makes it very pretty. I like it. I really like doing landscaping on houses. I used to hate it and I used to be terrible at it, but I've now, I mean, my landscaping always looks like an overgrown garden, but oh, and then we make the roof black because I thought that looked better next to the goth house. Anyways, we're about over here and we're gonna be heading into the screenshot, so I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. If you like it, I hope that you subscribe, comment, like the video. That all helps me out a ton, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!